Do you want to know how to not procrastinate and take control over your work in architecture? As architecture students, there is a lot of time that you have to put in the work, and there's a lot of effort that you have to put in. And if you procrastinate and if you are not doing the work in time, there can be a lot of backlogs and there can be work piling up day by day, month by month, and at the end it's going to be really very difficult to complete everything. And you might know that. So in this video we're going to be looking into how do you actually not procrastinate and set yourself up into a system such that you complete your work regularly on time and you be on track. Okay, so let's dive into this and check this out. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to get a clarity. Okay, because when you get a clarity, the first thing is that you need to ask yourself, why are you procrastinating on your work? Okay, why is it that you're procrastinating? Is it that you are very lazy? You prefer watching Netflix or an Amazon Prime or a cricket match or a football match, anything? Is that the reason, or is there some other reason where you have any extracurricular activities where a lot of your time goes into? Okay, or are you not loving what you're doing? That can also be a reason, because it might be that you are forced into architecture, into doing architecture, and you are actually not loving what you're doing. So if you are not enjoying what you're doing, then probably you should change your stream. Okay, because if you don't love what you're doing and if you cannot do that for 5 to 10 years down the line, then this is the time that you need to change the streams. Okay, and for that I have another video for you which you can watch on 23 alternative streams that you can go for if you are an architecture student or an architect. Okay, so this is the first thing that I want you to do, is just ask yourself, what is the root cause of your procrastination? Are you lazy, or do you have any extracurricular activities, or you don't enjoy the process? Okay, then the second thing that you can do is you need to set a right plan, you need to set a right goal, that is a strategy and tactics on how do you achieve that goal. Okay, because goal setting is the most important thing in anything. Okay, if you want to have success in anything, goal setting is the most important thing. Okay, after you set the goals, you can take massive actions. Now a lot of people, what they do is, after you get the project, after you get the brief, massive action is the first thing that they do. That is not what you need to do at the first point. The first thing is to set the right goal, because you need to know where you're going, because if you don't know where you're going, you can go anywhere. Let's look at this example over here. Okay, so if you consider a ship, and you just turn on the engines and let the ship sail. Now 99% of the time that ship is going to sink, or it is just going to land up on any deserted island. Because you haven't set the right destination or the right voyage for that ship. The ship can go anywhere. But on the other hand, if you have the proper captain with the proper crew and you set the ship in a perfect direction, like if you're starting from Mumbai and you want to go to Singapore, you exactly know the location, the direction, your goal, where you want to go. And now 99% of the time it is highly possible that the ship will reach its destination, because you know where you're going. Similarly, you need to know where you're going. What is the right kind of outcome do you want from your sheets? Okay, what is the kind of design outcome that you are expecting to have? Okay, what are all the different kind of sheets that you need for your presentation? How many sections do you need? How many plans do you need? Okay, everything you need to be clear about that. Okay, like not exactly clear, because you might haven't started with the design, but you need to have a basic idea of the destination that you want to reach, because only when you know about the strategy and the tactics that you would be using to reach that destination, then you would have a proper goal in your mind and you would be knowing where you're going. Okay, then the third thing is to give yourself a deadline. Now, the main difference between your dreams and your goals is the deadline. Okay, the time that it will take you to achieve that goal. Okay, so you would have that dream, of getting all your sheets completed in time, or getting the best output, the best presentation on your sheets, or coming up with the best design. But you need a deadline to achieve that, because if you don't have a deadline for yourself, okay, now I'm not talking about the deadline which the college would give you, okay, because your submission deadline is not known until a month before. Okay, you need to have a deadline for yourself until when you want everything to be completed and how you want to be you want that to be completed. Okay, what is the quality that you're looking for? When you give yourself a deadline, you are on track, the destination, when you're going to reach it. Okay, because you might leave from Mumbai to Singapore, but you might even take a year to reach, okay, if you're changing directions, or you might even take 2 days to reach. It depends on the deadline. Give yourself a proper deadline. Okay, then the next thing that you need to consider is, see, the focus is your most valuable asset. Now, this statement is said by one of my mentors, Vic Strizius. He says that focus is your most valuable asset and not your time. And that is because, you might have a lot of time in your hand. Okay, you might give 8 hours of work, 10 hours of work, even 15 hours of work. But if you aren't focused, while the work that you're doing, then what's the use of giving in so much of time? You might be doing that work, but while you're doing that work, you would get a message on WhatsApp, then you'll be checking your WhatsApp, then you go on to Instagram, then you keep on, checking your Instagram feeds and all of that. So that is not focus. And once you are diverted from the focus that you're putting in, it takes a minimum of 15 to 20 minutes to get back to that focus time. Yeah, so focus is the most valuable asset, not your time. The focus that you put during the time that you take in to do your work, that is more valuable. Alright, so what you can do is, first of all, try to divide your tasks. Okay, don't give yourself 8 to 10 hours of work for just one task, because probably, while you're doing that task, that you have 10 hours of time, so you won't focus, right? So don't give a long time for yourself. Instead, give yourself chunks of time. Divide your tasks into small times. Like, give yourself 2 hours of work for a particular task. Then you can take 15 hours of break. Then again give 2 hours of work. Okay, so try to divide your work into a time period, a time slot of 2 to 4 hours. Okay, because that is how you can actually focus on your time. And the most important thing is, take small breaks. Okay, because you actually need small breaks. It is not possible to continuously focus on a particular task. So 2 hours of work, 15 minutes to 30 minutes of break, small break wherein you take a walk, or you check out your feeds, or you message someone on WhatsApp, and all of that. But try to keep your timetable into a slot of 2 to 4 hours. Okay, so that focus is always maintained in the time that you take. Okay, then the third thing that I want to take your action on is, you need to be able to create a system for yourself. Now, this is a second statement which is said by my mentor Vic Strizius, is that systems work, people fail. People are bound to fail. Only 20% of the people, they achieve success. And why is it that? Because getting successful is very difficult. Not everyone gets successful. Not everyone gets an amazing body. You need to work out for that body every single day. You need to go to the gym. You need to be conscious on what diet you're putting in, what food you're putting in, and you need to be really very conscious about yourself. Only then you can get an amazing body. Similarly, it is for successful and your work completion when it comes to architecture. You need to put in that 1% every single day, and for that you need to have a system. Otherwise, you are sure to procrastinate. You are definitely going to procrastinate. So all these big offices, the biometric scans that we have, the people, they have to come on time in order to give their thumbprints into that biometric scan, or any fingerprints into their biometric scan. And that is the system which makes these people accountable for coming in time. So systems work, people fail. Now this was just a small example, but there are multiple systems which each and every office and institution and organization has to control the people, so that the vision goes properly and their goal, it goes on properly in a proper direction. Okay, so how do you take control over your system? So first thing is, which we have already discussed, is that having a goal is not enough. Okay, now this is clearly said in this best-selling book Atomic Habits by James Clear, which says that goal is very important. Okay, and we have discussed that earlier, that having a goal is very much important. But even though if you have a goal, if you don't have a system which you follow to achieve your goal, then there's no use of that goal, because you need to upgrade yourself, you need to improve yourself, you need to put the work every single day to achieve that goal. Okay, so having a goal is not enough. Then the second thing is, how do you actually achieve the goal? Is because your body is constantly hungry for serotonin. Okay, and that is the reason why you are distracted and you procrastinate your work, because you get that serotonin from some other activities. Yeah, like checking your phone. Now, for example, let me ask you this question: how many times do you pick up your phone? I'm pretty sure 90% of the people won't even have a count of that. Yeah, on picking up your phone, because this is one activity which you always do, and this is because of the serotonin kicking in your body after you pick up your phone. Okay, because the human body is always in a seek for constant change. The content that we take, the attention time span that we have a really very low attention time span. Yeah, and we cannot put attention for a very long period of time, and that is the reason why we pick up our phones, or we are totally distracted a lot of times. And this is actually a constant need of the human body, but you can actually take control of this need. And how do you take that control? Is what you can do is, you can actually combine this cue, the signal for this constant need of serotonin, with your schedule. Now, how do you do that? Now, let's say you really like picking up your phone and checking out your Instagram feeds. Okay, so what you do is, give yourself a time. The 2 hours that we discussed earlier, what you can do is select those 2 hours of work that you're doing, complete all the work within that 2 hours, or just complete your work within those 2 hours, and then you give your body, your mind, the permission to pick up your phone. Okay, or anything that aligns with you. Okay, you might be doing any activity, you might be even smoking, or anything that you do. Okay, make sure 2 hours of work you complete. After completing 2 hours of work, 15 minutes to or 30 minutes of that serotonin you give yourself to the body, the reward you give yourself to the body for completing that 2 hours of work. Okay, and then you can keep on doing that in a cycle. All right, so this is how you can actually create a basic system for yourself, so that you don't procrastinate on your work. So the gift that you're giving for your body, you keep that gift later on after you complete that work. Okay, so that would be a cue, that would be a signal to get that gift. All right, then the final point that we have over here is, don't just keep aiming. Okay, shoot already. Yeah, so this is now this also is a point which I have taken from one of my mentors, Siddharth Rajsekar. He always says that first you shoot and then you aim. Okay, because when you keep on thinking, now this is a personal experience which I have always had. When I was in architecture, I was always thinking about, how do I come up with the right concept? Okay, how, what is that idea, how will that idea work, what if I keep this space over here and keep this over here? And I was always thinking, and thinking takes a lot of our time, and while thinking, you pick up your phone and then you're totally off, right? So don't just keep thinking, shoot it. Okay, just put that design, make it into a CAD, make that sketch, whatever that you're thinking, just put it onto a piece of paper. And if it is wrong, if there are any mistakes, you straight away come to know. Okay, you know what is the mistake, and then you can redo your design and you can change your design. But taking that first step is very important, because if you just keep on thinking and if you don't apply anything, it's of no use, right? So whatever you think, just shoot it, and then you can aim once you actually know the problems, and knowing the problems is really very good because you actually know what doesn't work. Okay, and when you know what doesn't work, that is really great because you can focus on the things that would actually work. All right, so that is what you can do. So first, there's never going to be any perfect time. Okay, you won't ever get any perfect time to do any particular submission. Okay, so whatever ideas that you get, write them down or sketch it down and put it down into a piece of paper or into your AutoCAD, SketchUp, whatever that you align with, and just go with it. Okay, just start it out. All right, and then the second thing is you need to look on progress over perfection. Okay, don't always look for perfection, because as designers, there's never going to be any perfect project. Every time anything that you design, there's always going to be a level above that you can do. Okay, but as a student or an architect, you don't have the time. You have a specific deadline, right? If you are a professional, you always have a deadline that you have to give your work to the client. As a student, you have a deadline for your submissions. So you cannot afford perfection always. Always focus on progress rather than perfection. All right. Then the third point that we have over here is mistakes are good. Because you know what, when you focus on progress, you'd be doing a lot of mistakes. Yeah, and these mistakes are really good because you'll be learning from those mistakes. When you make mistakes, that is a sign that you are trying, and that is a sign that you are trying to improve yourself 1% every single day. So just shoot it out. Don't think a lot. Even if you do mistakes, no problem. You can always solve those mistakes ahead. Okay, so these are the 4 points which I wanted to share on how you can take control over the procrastination and how you can continuously keep on working on yourself. And this 4 points I've actually come up with because I had actually sent a Google form to a lot of people who are into my email list, and this was the major problem which I have received from a lot of people, that they aren't able to concentrate. A lot of people are procrastinating on their submissions, and the work is keeping on piling up. Yeah, so I hope this helps you guys. Let me know in the comment section if this is helping you, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and ring the bell icon so that you don't miss any other future informative architecture videos from me. And if you wish to know about a system which you can build for yourself, for even if you are an architecture student or if you are a professional, how you can build a system for yourself, how you can quickly complete your work in less time, then you need to get on to my next free webinar which I take on every Sunday. Just get into my webinar, go to my website over here, which is www.sankashnarvekar.com. There you'll just find a button, just click on that button, register for the webinar, and let's meet in the webinar. Okay, so let's meet in the next video. If you have any doubts, you can put it down in the comment section. So let's meet in the next video. Until then, bye bye and take care.